Hello ladies and gentlemen, in another video in my YouTube channel, SolidWorks Expert with Mohammed Bouchnar. So today I will be introducing the Weldment module in the SolidWorks, and I will be introducing it how it works and what it needs to do a structure in SolidWorks, what are the 3D sketches. So let's begin. In order for us to work with the Weldment, if we have a simple structure, we can do it in 2D sketch. Example, if we have a structure like this, let's take an example. This structure type, just to make an example so you can see it. Okay, so let me give it an example. Let's take this 1 meter. Okay, if we go now to the Weldment, we can work with the structure number, and we can work on this 2D structure. Actually, we can build 2D structures, then assemble them in the sketch, or we can work with the 3D sketch. I will be introducing them next. Okay, as you see here, we can choose the standard. Then we choose here the type of the profile that we want to work with: iron, angle iron, or C channel, or a pipe, or rectangular tube, or SB beam, or square tube. So actually, all of those, see here, if we choose one of them, let's choose this one, and it will give us the options and the sizes here. And there is options and sizes. We can add other sizes in the Weldment folder. If we go here to the setting, and if we go to the file location here, as you see, and then if we go to the Weldment profiles, and you'll be seeing them right now, profiles, and this is where the Weldment profiles are located. So if we follow this path, we can create a profile, and I will be showing you how to create that profile rapidly. So let's make a first example. Okay, let's take the rectangular tubes, and then let's work with the 60 here. Let's give it groups, and as you see here, SolidWorks will take the profile, and it will follow the selected path that we have given. As you see here, we can give it that path manually like this, but SolidWorks, if we click here, it doesn't work right now. We have to select a new group since it is intersecting. Do you understand? And this will not work. See, we can only select the groups that they are connected to the others, like if they are welded, or like if they are like this, the same path. Understand? We have to select another new group for us to work with this. See here, and SolidWorks will be giving us the adjustment, so they don't interfere. Those tubes don't interfere. So as you see here, now I'm going to show you what is hidden in this function here. As you see, if we press OK, the profile will be done, and we have a simple structure right here. And if we want to adjust that structure, we have those points here, and if we click them, we can choose the way that we want the structure to be. If we click here, see what happens now, and then if we click here, see what now happened. Now this line here will take priority, and we can choose the priority by selecting here. As you see, if we return this to 1, and this we return to 2, see here, and if we turn this to 1, and then return this to 2, see, they change. But as you see here, if we have more than two profiles interfering together, we will have more options here, and this tab is here will open, and it will give us. Let's select another point. Let me show you here. Example, this point corner, because it have a corner here. Now they are open here, and we can choose how the corner is made. See, and we can specify a gap in that weldment. We can give it maybe 10 millimeters. See here. Okay. As usual, guys, this is a very fast tutorial. So now I'm going to pass to the 3D sketches. Let's delete this, and let's delete this and begin a new made 3D sketch. Okay. Let's define the 3D sketches, how they work. As we see in SolidWorks, we have three planes. We have those three planes together, and we have the XY and XZ, and we have the Z and Y. Okay, then, as we see, the 3D sketch will allow us to work on those three planes at the same times. On the contrary of the 2D sketch here, which will allow us to work only in one plane, the 3D sketch will allow us to work on or to translate between planes and to work as needed in the 3D. Okay, then, as you see here, now we have selected the 3D sketch. I'm going to show you now an example. Let's select a line, and as you see, there are a difference here. We didn't select a plane. And we have those red flashes here, those two red flashes. And as we see here, if we go here, now we are working on the XY plane. And if we press the tab key, now the two red flashes have been switched to the Y and Z plane. And if we press one more time, we will have the XZ plane. So we can change between them as desired. Let's change like this, and as you see here, we can give it an angle. We can choose to be collinear with that axis here on that plane. We can give it as desired. Now we are working on that red plane. We are working on the XY on the X and Y. If we press the tab again, and it will be translated. Now we are working on the Y and Z. One more tab, and we'll be working on the XZ axis. So let's take an example. Let's do this example here. Let's take 200. Wait a second. 200. There, okay. Now let's continue. We can do this. Now let's, as we see here, now we are working on that plane. If we press the tab, we'll be change the plane, and we can give it this side here. And one more tab, we can give it on this plane. Can work on this plane as desired, and we can even give it an angle here. See? Now, this is, let's hide those planes. See what happens now? Now we are working on in the 3D. As you see, those two lines here are made on the XY plane. Those two lines here are made on the Z and the Y planes, and the others here are made on the XZ plane. Okay, then as you see here, since we have only lines and we don't have a very complex geometry, because we can work with circles, we can work with a lot of things here, we can even work with splines, but we have to do a simple geometry for the profile to be selected, because if we have a very complex geometry, we will not be able to select the profile. So, as you see, we can also put the dimensions here. Let's give it 115. I want it to be black, fully defined. Okay, we can give it as desired a sketches, as you see here, 200. Okay, now we can even give it a angle here. See, So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a point in the space, as you see, there was in the 3D sketch, the lines here that already are on the axis, they are collinear, they are fully defined in black. But if we have a point in the space, the only way to define that point, since we don't have any relation, we can make by clicking this. The relations will appear as usual, and we can select which axis to follow to make it collinear. But if we want that point to be in the space, we have to define it. We have to define it on the x, y, and z axis, and as you see here, we have to make it defined. We have to give it here, and then we have to give it on the, see, we have the y, the z, and the x. Okay, and now we can drag this point here and give it to this one, and just like that we can now give a dimensions as desired. 100 here, example here, let's give it 150, and in the end this here 18, and now it is black. See, it is fully defined, but those are defined on the x, y, and z. If there is another problem here, if we remove this one here, make it not collinear, and I want to give it an angle. Generally people use the x, y, and z to the coordinate system to define, like I used it right now, but we can give it an angle like this one. Let's try giving it an angle like this. Let's give it 100, and by doing that we are no longer on the coordinate system, and we have to do another 3 points to define this point here. See, we have to create another points to define that. That's how it works. We need to continue creating points in order for it to be fully defined. Okay. As you see, we have to create we need those points to be created in order for it to be defined. Okay. See right now, we can add that angle. We have added that angle, and now we need to do as usual. As usual, we can now give it angles, and we can give it distances. Let's give it 70 here. See what happens here? It is now defined, because this one is replacing the x axis that I have already given. In order to define a point in this space, we need to define the x, y, and z coordinate. If we have an angle, we also need to define the distance. See, we have already defined the distance here. We have to define this distance. We don't have a choice. We have to define the x and the y and z. That's how it works in the space. Okay, as you see, and this is a 3D sketch example. As you see here, now that we are working on 3D sketches, we can work now. If we go to the structure, it is closed, but if we get out of the sketch, it will be open right now. And now we can give it any profile we want. Let's try giving it a pipe and giving a dimension here. And now let's select the part that we will work on, like this, as you see. Now, see what happens. Okay, this is a simple 3D sketch and the simple 3D work. And now, as you see, now that we have applied the profile to that 3D sketch, we can, if we go to this sketch here that have been created by the structure member function, we go to this sketch, we can add and adjust our profile as desired. we go here, we can give it 25, and this one we can give it 50 maybe. Give it 50. This will give it 25. And you see, we can adjust it as desired. We can even change it all. Okay, by existing the sketch, it will be applied to that sketch, and we can even add a specified custom type of sizes here. See here, we can add a new sizes here. If we go to create that profile in the sketch here, and then save it in a specific format, this profile here, if we save it and put it in a special type of folder, we can see that size in the structure member function. Okay, as you see here. Now let's see what else do we have. Let's change the pipe, the profile. Let's choose a rectangular or maybe a square. Okay, let's apply it. Let's give it a size because we didn't give it a size. Okay, now it will be done rapidly. Okay, done. And if we see there are options here, and as you see, you can change the corner, and we even can put, there is an angle we can apply here. Can give it 30-degree example. See what happens here. The profile has been rotated by 30 degrees, and we can even adjust the alignment of that profile. If we go here, let's locate, as you see here, if we press the locate profile, be given us the basic sketch they have been working on, and if we press the locate profile and select a point of those points here, the center of the profile will be deplacing to that point. Let's try select a point, and as you see here, the locate profile button here will allow us to change the location of the center of the profile, and we can even manipulate it as desired. And here, if we can also specify the default corner treatment. See here, can even specify as desired corner treatment on all the segments, because each segment here has been selected manually by us. As you see, we can apply them, or we can go to points here and manually choose each corner how it will be done. Okay, and now let's try do another. If we have multiple profiles here, let's take an example. If we have a rectangular or square profile, and we also need to work on a let's take another example here. We are working on a let's do a simple sketch. Okay, let's say that we are working, or let's give it a 3D sketch better. Get out of the sketch and go to 3D sketches, and then give it a line here, and by going to this point here, and then we select the plane that we want to work on. As you see here, you can select this one. Now we are working on the XY plane, and go like this. Let's switch to another plane. Let's go to this point here. See what's happening here. Okay, let's now give it another type of profile, and as you see, I'll be showing you right now what this trim extend function do. Okay, let's give it a pipe profile. Okay, let's give it like this, and now we select the groups. of the segments, not a problem. Okay, and now it has been applied. Okay, and as you see, it has been applied, but it is not exactly taken position as desired. It is only following the path that we have been given it. Okay, and if we right now go to the trim or extend function and select the body that we wanted to be trimmed, and then we select the bodies or the faces here or the plane that are going to trim that body. If we go this, and it will be exactly trimmed to that body as you see here, and we can weld it right now without any problem at all. The same for the other thing. This function here will trim, and at the same time it will allow extension, and if we remove this one, it will not be allowed to extend. Let me show you. Let's remove it and then select the body and then select those bodies, and will only remove the the interfering material. But if we press the allow extension, now it is adjusted to that body, because here, as you see, now it is adjusted to the body, and we can specify the exact value here. See what's happening here. You can adjust it to the other profile, like if it is inside this function here. Understand? And we can choose each position here as desired. See, if we select this body and then select this one here, it will be trimmed to that body. See what happens here. But if we remove this one and press this one, let's remove this one. Okay. See the problem here? We cannot extend that because if we have the shape this bit weird. Okay, let's keep it like this. As you see, this is a simple 3D shape here, and this is what the trim function do. It will allow us to do any trim or extension and any type of corner treatment, and it will be trimmed according to a body or a face. Okay, now let's go to the next function. This is, as I told you before, a very fast tutorial. This is the end gap. It will allow us to close the profile, and we can choose the thickness of that cap, or we can give it an offset here. We can even give it, see here, the thickness ratio. We can give it extended here, the offset of that gap. We can even make it a leg, like if it is a base here. Understand? It will help us a lot. The inside, can make it inside. See, and we can even give it inside. And if we remove this one, corner treatment, we can give it also a chamfer or a fillet. Okay, and if we remove the offset, we can give it 1 millimeter, as you see here, and we even give it the interior side, or we see here, maybe 0.5 millimeter. And give it a current corner treatment, so it's exactly now the same as the leg. See here, it is a very fast way to create the closure of those profiles. This is what the end gap do. Now let's pass to the gusset feature. The gusset feature will allow us to create reinforcement for the profiles. If we select this surface and then create this surface, and it will be created rapidly, and we can customize that feature. Here we can choose between those two. We can make it a triangular shape, or maybe a bit square shape, something like that. Understand? And here we have the dimensions. We can adjust them as desired. We can give it here maybe 40, here 40. See, and we can give it and since the weld is always wanted, we don't want the sharp angle here to interfere the profiles. We give it this option here, and we can give it 5 here and 5 here. It will be easy to welding here, and here we can specify the position of that gusset, and we can also give it an offset as desired. And the same for this one. Can also give it an option here, and we also can give it the relative dimension. Let's try per unit. Okay, as you see here, we give it this one here. See what's happening. Can reinforce it as desired, and this is the one. Okay, thickness as usual, as the same as the other. Okay, this is what the gusset feature do. We have also the weld bead, which is going to give us the bead of that welding. Let's go take this an example. If we select the welding geometry and select the surface that we want to work on, see what's happening here. It is giving us a path between this one here and that one here, and we can give it a build thickness. See, can give it even propagation. Let's give it 10 here, and okay. And if we go to the eye here, we can by selecting this one here, we can see that feature. But the problem here, where is it? It is not done. Let's give it this, and then this, and both sides all around. We can choose to do any one we want. I think it is done here, but it is, as you see, it is here. Field weld, and we can also, if we go to this flash here, we can adjust that feature that we have been done, and we can also create a path here. If we give it this path, and the feature will be done. Okay, see what happens here. See, because here we have selected a huge diameter. If we go to a second, let's give it maybe 2 or maybe 4 millimeters. Okay, see what happens here. It is welded from that side, and we can give it the path, edge, this edge, and this edge, and it will be selecting as many edges as we want, and it will be welded like that, just as simple as that. Like this, by this feature. See what's happening here, and we have the option to choose between the selecting a path or selecting a geometry, because here if we have a geometry, we have to select a good surface like this one here, and then select this one, and it will be doing the intersection between them, and we can select the propagation, both sides, or one side all around, or selection. Okay, then, and we can also specify the start point and the end point. Okay, this will not be using. Okay, let's do it. See what's happening here. Now it is welded with the bed. Okay, I think those functions are you already know them. They are here in this feature here. They already introduced it in other videos. So the Weldment module in the SolidWorks will allow us to create shapes in the 3D space, and those functions here will allow us to do that rapidly, and we need to know how to use them, how to manipulate them. That's it, guys. And this is a very fast video, and if you go to the link below, you will find detailed videos about all the features here, and you'll find good examples, and you'll find also 3D parts you can practice on. an exclusive content for the certification of the Weldment exam. All that you'll find it in the description below. And I think this is all for the Weldment. Okay, left one thing. Okay, let me show you what we can do else. If we go and try to create a new part here, let's try creating a new part, a new sketch, and let's give it a polygon here. Example, give it this polygon. A polygon. Let's try doing this 50 and make it horizontal, so it will be fixed. The same thing here. Let's try making it horizontal and give it maybe 40. Okay, now we have created a profile here, and we can add points as desired. Here. We can add as many points as desired, and as you see here, if we go to this feature here, save as, and we choose the let me see here, the form tool. There are a file, a very specific file, the library feature part file here. See here, lib feed part. This part here, this feature here, this type of files here will allow us to save it as desired profile, and then go to the specified direction. Okay, let's save it in the desktop. Save. Okay, now let's go to, as I already showed you before, go to the file location, go to the Weldment profiles here, and you'll be able to see them, profiles. And if we go to SolidWorks scope, SolidWorks data, this location here, let's go to that location, take any location we want. Let's go to C, let's go to, as you see in the SolidWorks window, let's go to program files, go to SolidWorks scope, SolidWorks scope. It is here, and now let's go to the SolidWorks data, SolidWorks scope, then SolidWorks, then let's go to data, then after the data let's go to Weldment profiles. As you see here, we have the entire library that we have added, and if we go here, you'll be able to see those features that we are working with, and need to create a new folder. Okay, and then let's name it custom, and let's select a new profile, folder here, name it a polygon. Okay, then, and now let's go to the profile that we have selected, and Control X to that profile, and go to the custom here, and go inside the polygon, and Control V that. First we need to get out of the SolidWorks for it to work. Okay, see this here, the library file, how it is different between the sketch, because it have this L mark here, which means this sketch will be used in the library profiles. And now we need to get out of the SolidWorks window. Let's save this for later for you, so you can see how can I change it. Okay, make it on the desktop. Okay, let's get out of the SolidWorks for it to be saved. Okay, continue. Now it is done. Let's open the SolidWorks one more time, and let's see that profile that we have added in the SolidWorks. Okay, let's go to this part here that we have already worked with, and let's try going to this or this one. And as you see here, we have custom here right now, see? And inside that custom, we don't have the other because we need to change the location. We need to remove the polygon further. Okay, Control X, make it, put it here. Okay, remove this one. Okay, removed. Okay, and if we get out of this one here, now let's try again the custom. It will be added here, and go see here the profile we have been working with, and now we have the polygon profile without any problem at all, and we can add it to our work, and we also can change it, can use it as desired, and we can change that profile from here. See the 50 and the 40 that have been placed later. Now the array with all the points, and we can change all details as desired. Okay, that's how the SolidWorks work. Can add as many profiles as needed for us to work with it. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is all for the Weldment module in the SolidWorks. See you later in another video in my YouTube channel. Next time I'll be working with the molding tools. Okay, thank you very much.